Hi guys, our power rankings video for you. So yeah, let's get it started. I mean, we don't really see it on this side, but on the next side, you kind of see that some teams are kind of weird spots, just because like a lot of the teams at the bottom, like if they either did terrible, they got blown out, or they barely beat bad, or they barely lost to another bad team. Like Titans barely lost to the Jags, Saints lost to the Raiders. So it's just like so many teams did bad. It's tough to like get teams that did so bad. Ton of movement. It's just like, yeah, but did really these teams behind him do so good enough to move up in front of him? So yeah, just like might look a little surprising a little bit. But yeah, let's get it started. So yeah, number 32, we got Tennessee Titans. They're 3-13 now, with them down one spot from 31 last week. They lost 20-13 to the Jags. Say, correct, you lost, but you won the Tank Bowl. You got what you wanted. You helped out your pick. Number one overall pick. The Patriots have it. But hey, you help your pick, you'll get your division rival worst pick by them winning. So that's a win-win there. See it happens final week if they are somehow able to get them one overall pick. Most likely to be the Patriots now for sure, especially now with the Bills probably benching some of their starters because the Bills are clinched number 2 seed. Can't move down, can't move up. So we'll see. Number 31, you got the Cleveland Browns for 3-13 now, moving down a couple spots from 29 last week. They lost 20-3 to a Tua Tagovailoa, unless Dolphins teams. Yeah, you lost 3 scores against Tyler Huntley. Congrats. But yeah, it's like, yeah, you lost. You helped your pick. Dorian Thompson Robinson is not good. That's a nice way to put it. He's just not good. Yeah, like, congrats on helping your tank. Number 30, I got the New York Giants. They're 3-13 now as well, with them up a couple spots from 32 last week. Congrats, I guess. I doubt the Giants fans are really glad they won because they hurt their pick. Yeah, congrats, Giants! You won. You have now 3 wins. You knocked out the Colts playoff contention by beating them 45-33. Drew Lock had a great game. Malik Neighbors had a good game. It's like congrats, but now you burn for your teams somehow winning in front that have a fake in front of you. You are not getting the one overall pick. But see what happens because Patriots aren't taking quarterback. They have May. Titans are 2 right now. They could. They probably will. It's just who would they take? Do they take Cam March or Sanders? Who are they higher on? We'll see. I guess congrats on the win, Giants. Number 29, you got another team that won. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 4-12 now. Moved them up one spot from 30 last week. They beat Titans, like I just said not that long ago, 20-13. Hey, congrats, you got one. I guess you can say you beat the Titans late in the season, which isn't really saying much. How'd their season series go against each other? That was weird. So the Jags did sweep the Titans. You can say that, I guess. Congrats. Yeah. Yeah, congrats on resting your pick. Number 28 got the New England Patriots. The current number 3-13 down, moved them down one spot from 27 last week. They congrats Patriots. You now have the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, you did not do very good. Like you got blown out. Where did you lose to again? Oh yeah, you got blown out by the Chargers, 40-7. Say you got blown out, but like all these teams behind you, like outside, yeah, the Giants won, but they were at 32 last week. I wasn't gonna move them up much, or at least not all the way up to 28. All this little high in the whole year, even if they, because I know they're Giants, like they're not going to keep it up. There's only 1 week left. Jags, yeah, they won, but they won by 1 score against who had number now on number 32, the Titans. So yeah, Patriots got blown out, but they got blown out by a good Chargers team, or they'll be in the playoffs. So it's just like nobody was war. I didn't feel warranted to move down the Patriots even more than I did, which is only one spot. So yeah, tough loss, Patriots. But hey, now your number one overall pick. We'll see what you do with it. Number 27, get the New Orleans Saints. They're 5-11 now. Been the number one spot from 26 last week. They lost to the Raiders 25-10. So they lost by 2 scores to a bad Raiders team. But once I said the Patriots, like so many of these teams at the bottom of the league, either just did terrible pretty much, unless they were playing another bad team. Then one of them had to win, I guess. Literally, one of them had to win. So yeah, tough loss, but yeah, remember those first 2 weeks so the Saints were looking really good? It seems like a journey ago. Yeah, tough loss. Number 26, you have Las Vegas Raiders. They're 4-12 now with them up close to 28 last week. Like I just said, they beat the Saints 25-10. Saying congrats, Raiders. A couple weeks ago, we had number one overall pick. Now I think you're at 8. Congrats. And pretty much, unless you trade up in front of the Giants or Titans, you ruin your chances of getting the one overall pick. Because I'm assuming they stay at 8. They could move up depending on how this upcoming week goes. I doubt the Patriots are gonna want. Maybe if they give up a really good package, but I doubt the Patriots want to trade down that far. Because I feel like if they want to trade down, I feel like they'll still want to trade. They still have a try chance again. Travis Hunter or trade Tyrell McMillan, who try to get more weapons for Bryce. And I feel like both those guys will probably be gone at 8. If the Raiders stick at 8, we'll see. Weapons for Drake May. I don't know why I said weapons for Bryce. I was thinking, for some reason, Panthers on my mind. But yeah, either way, we'll see what happens. But good job, Raiders. Ruining your tank. Yeah, that's the tough part about tanking. Like, the players don't tank usually. Like, they want to win because they want to play for next contract. Because if more often than not, like, unless you're a really good player, like, if you're just on a terrible team, they're probably might not keep you around for much longer. Just because, well, if you're on a terrible team, you're probably for too much help to help winning for them to help them winning. But anyway, that happens. So yeah, let's go to top 25. 25 got the Carolina Panthers 4-12 now with a number one spot from 24 last week. They lost. They got blown out by the Bucks 48-14. So yeah, you kept it close in the first half. I think it was only like one score game. No, it was never mind. It was a 2-score game. It was kind of close, not really. But yeah, you got blown out by like a healthy Bucks team. No surprise there. It helps your pick. I just you got blown up by a good team, and there's nobody I felt they good enough to move up in front of you, so I didn't. Number 24, got the New York Jets. They're also 4-12 now, with them up one spot from 25 last week, even though they got blown out as well by the Bills 40-14. They were close to getting shut out if they played Rodgers the whole game. They probably would have gotten shut out. The only reason the Rodgers didn't throw a single touchdown. They got 2 scoring drives once they put in Tyrod Taylor once the game was long over. But yeah, it's just like you got blown out, but you got blown out by a better team than the Panthers did, and just it was really tough to move teams up too much at the bottom of my rankings because so many of them did bad this week. That's why, even though the Colts lost a terrible team, the Giants, they only with them won. Number 23 got the Indianapolis Colts. They're 7-9 now, with them on one spot from 22 last week. They lost to the Giants 45-33 to end their chances to make the playoffs. It was unlikely because they would have needed the Broncos and Dolphins to both lose this week, but there's still a chance to make it if you want. And even if it was highly unlikely, you never know. Surprises do happen. Obviously, just look at the goals this week. Nobody was expecting the Giants put up 45 points on them. At least I won't. Because I'm sure that ruined a lot of people's fantasy championships because I'm sure a lot of people picked up that Colts defense. And I think that if I remember right, they had -4 points. I don't know how it was even worse than that because Colts defense got no major stats. They got no sacks, they had no turnovers. But yeah, it was only -4. But yeah, good job, Colts, I guess. Number 22, we got the Dallas Cowboys. They're 7-9 now, moving down one spot from 21 last week. They lost to the Eagles 41-7. Another blowout. There was a lot of blowouts this week. So yeah, you actually got blown out by Kenny Pickett / Tanner McKee. Good job. Yeah, tough loss, but hey, it's only your season was over. It's like I expect them to keep a little closer just because the Eagles did have Hurts. I wasn't expecting to be 34-point blowout, but hey, I guess I was wrong. So yeah, tough loss. Number 21 against Chicago Bears. They're 4-12 now. I know they lost and they are a terrible record. I put them down up a couple spots to 23 last week. Just because, yeah, their offense did literally nothing. They literally only put up 3 points, but their defense only allowed 6 points. So you got the close. It's just, oh man, I felt like the teams that were ahead of them did so bad that warranted moving them down. It's like Colts, so I had to find a way. Like, even if I wasn't able to find a way to move them down more than one, it's like, you just lost to the 2024 Giants to end your chances of making the playoffs. Like, you deserve to move down at least one spot. And then the Cowboys got blown out by Jalen Hurts. No, Eagle team without Jalen Hurts. So yeah, tough loss, Grats Bears. Now you have a chance of losing 11 straight after starting 4-2. Man, that Hail Mary against the Commanders ruined your season. We'll see what happens. They play the Packers. If the Packers, even if the Packers win, they have to have the Commanders lose. You get 6 seed. Commanders win. Doesn't matter what the Packers do. The Commanders get the 6 seed. The Packers get the 7 seed. So we'll see what happens there. Other than that, obviously, number 1 and 5 is up for grabs just because, well, we know what 2 teams will be in those spots. We just don't know who it was where. It's literally come down to the last game of the regular season because whoever wins the Vikings-Lions game with number 1, whoever loses, it's going to be first team in NFL history to have 14 wins and not win their division. That is crazy. So let's see what happens. And then the NFC South as well. Probably be the Bucks because they have to. If they win the division. Falcons. If they win and Bucks lose, the Falcons win. Both lose, Bucks are in. So yeah, at number 20, get the Arizona Cardinals. They're 7-9 now. Get them at 20 from last week. They lost a close game to the Rams. What was the final score? 13-9. They had a chance to take the lead and win it late, but Trey McBride had a chance to get a second touchdown of the game, receiving touchdown of the game and season, but it went off his helmet and Rams picked it. Cardinals lost. Tough loss. You help your division rival clinch the division. But that's what happened. So yeah, congrats. You were I think 6-4 or something like that. Start the season, and now you're clinched the losing record and have a chance at 10 losses. As you face the Niners, we'll see. The Niners did just almost beat the Lions team, and the Lions were playing pretty much all their starters that are healthy. As they come into the year, they have a lot of different starters than they did coming into the year because all the injuries Lions have. But yeah, number 19, you got the Seattle Seahawks. They're 9-7 now, with them down one spot from 18 last week. Congrats, you beat the Bears 6-3. And you still, even with the win, you still were knocked out playoff contention. Since the Rams have strength of schedule or strength of wins, I don't know exactly what's one off the top of my head, but you're right, Rams got the division, Seahawks are done. So yeah, it's tough, but you still had a good season. You had showed some flashes in Mike McDonald's first season as coach. We'll see how they do next year with him as their second. Number 18 got the Atlanta Falcons. They're 8-8 now, with them up one spot from 19 last week. So I pretty much swapped with the Seahawks. So yeah, tough loss. You had if you won out, your division was yours. You gave it everything. You barely lost the Commanders in overtime. 30-24. Sucks. Penix didn't even get a chance with the ball to try to drive down the field because your defense literally could not stop them. Which happens a lot, obviously, but still sucks. Kind of cool those rookie quarterbacks about in overtime. But honestly wasn't how it worked. So yeah, we'll see what happens this week with their division. Number 17, I got Houston Texans. They're 9-7 now. Moved them down a couple spots from 15 last week. Your ass Texans, you scored less points this week than the Bears. You got 2. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, you had 0 offensive points. You lost 31-2 against the Ravens. Like, I was not expecting the Texans to win, don't get me wrong. I was not expecting them to hold out by 29 points and put up 0 offensive points. I was not expecting that. So yeah, tough loss. Thankfully for you, your division is horrible, so you still won your division and will get the whole playoff game. Number 16 got the Miami Dolphins. They're 8-8 now, but kept them at 16 from last week. They beat the Browns 20-13 without Tua. We'll see if Tua ends up coming back this week. I feel like I saw something about who will be starting for them. I can't remember. So sounds like Hundley will get majority of the practice reps ahead of their Week 18 game, so he'll be trending towards an start. We'll see. Obviously, they don't put up injury report until Friday because they play the Jets. They play the Jets on January 5th, so they have a couple days till they'll say if Tua's out or not, or he's questionable or doubtful, so on and so forth. We'll see. Yeah, that's it for the Let's go to the next one. Number 15 got the San Fran 49. They're 6-10 now. The highest ranked losing record team I have right now, I'm pretty sure. I'm in the Mub Cup spots for 17 last week. So yeah, they lost. But you did good to keep if either you had a healthy defense, your Lions probably wouldn't be that high scoring a game, but still kept it close, and the Lions did play all their starters. They do. Lions not listen to a lot of people when people are telling them they probably shouldn't. I think for the Lions, it did cost them more injuries. Just like it's one thing if your team had no thought injuries this year, but Lions, you have 100 injuries. Why risk any more? Just saying, but tough loss. Helps her pick a little bit to try to get a good, cheap Yards player next year. We'll see. Number 14 got the Denver Broncos. They're 9-7 now, with them down a couple spots from 12 last week. He had a tough loss. He had a chance to clinch in a playoff spot for the first time in almost 10 years since he won the Super Bowl with Manning's last year. He lost 30-24 to the Bengals. Now, we still have it in your hands, though. Lucky for them, all they have to do is win against the Chiefs backups, and you are in Broncos. So we'll see what happens. Just because you're playing the team's backups doesn't mean you're always going to win. Honestly, you expect them to, but that's not always work out that way. We'll see what happens. But hey, next had a good game. Defense has struggled, but a lot of defenses have struggled against the Bengals D this year. It's not like you're the only one. Number 13, I got the team they lost to. I got the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 8-8 now. Kept moving up one spot from 14 last week. Not to say the story again. I literally just said it. But yeah, Burrow had a good game. Higgins had a good game. Chase had a right game. Brown did get injured, which will be a big loss if he isn't able to play this week. They do play the Steelers. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, the whole AFC North plays on Saturday. So we'll know who wins the AFC North by 3. I guess we could know it by 3:30 Eastern, but we'll for sure know it. Well, I should say we'll for sure know it. We could know it by around 7, but we'll for sure know it by Sunday morning, depending on if because the Ravens win, they clinch. If they lose, the Steelers can clinch if they win. So really, it all depends on how the Ravens do first, and then it's up for Steelers if the Ravens lose. Good job, Bengals keep their whole playoff hopes alive. And if they are dim, they're still alive. Number 12, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're 9-7 now, with them up on spot from 12 last week. They blew out the Panthers 48-14, so you blew them out. Your offense looked good. You're getting close to keeping Mike Evans' streak of his whole career, every season of his career, having at least 1,000 yards. So yeah, good on you trying to do that. We'll see what happens. If they win the division. They get home playoff game. Again, more likely than not, the loser of the Vikings-Lions game. even if they're I don't know how the tiebreaker work. I don't know because Rams probably rested some of their starters, unless the Bucks could catch them if the Rams lose and the Bucks wins. I don't know exactly how that would work though. Oh, just got some big news. Sugar Bowl, the in college, Georgia versus Notre Dame, will be postponed until tomorrow. Shooting happened in New Orleans. I think it was 10 people died. 30 people were injured. Rest in peace to all those people. Much safe recovery to all the people that were injured. Sorry for your losses and your family members. So that's sad. That sucks. We'll see when they play. It sounds like we postponed 24 hours tomorrow. We'll see exactly if it's the same time or not. There will still be two college football games on today. But yeah, number 11, got the Pittsburgh Steelers and 10-6 now. With them down close spots from 11 last week. They did not do good at all versus Chiefs. They lost 29-9 to 10. Congrats to Steelers. You were 1 point away from giving the Chiefs their first 30-point game of the year. You literally just did it though. Tough loss. It's not be unlikely to win the division against the Ravens. They could lose, but they just have to play a bad Browns team. But the AFC North also seems like they always play each other really well, even if a team is way better than another one. Just like the Browns somehow split the season series with the Steelers. Like, I don't think anybody, like, if, well, obviously coming in the year maybe, but like if you just look back at their records and you look at the schedule, like, oh, the Steelers probably split the Browns. No, they split. But yeah, number 10, get the Green Bay Packers. They're 11-5 now. Put them down a few spots for 7 last week. They only lost by 2. They lost 27-25. But it was like their first game against the Vikings back in week 4. Like it was a much worse of a game for them than they thought. Like until the fourth quarter, they got dominated. Like Jordan Love, the first 3 quarters, I think he only had like 60 something yards, and then he doubled that on one drive. So yeah, like the Vikings defense dominated. Your defense did awful. He gave up a career day to Sam Darnold, which now isn't as bad as it looked like that would be coming into the year, but still, like Keyshawn Nixon said, he said Sam Darnold would have a struggle against their defense or something like that. How your defense struggled against him? Yeah. So a tough loss. Your hands are in the hand. Well, your fates are in the hands of Commanders. Season wise, you're still in the playoffs, obviously. But if you Commanders win, the Commanders will get the number 6 seed. The Packers will be the 7th seed again. Kind of crazy. If the Packers win, the Commanders win. The bottom 2 wild cards will both have 12 wins. Yeah, it's like imagine having 12 wins and not winning your division, and for Packers being third in the division, but not even be in the second wild card. Like imagine having 12 wins to be the 7th wild card. Like literally a few years ago, if they did that, they wouldn't have made the playoffs. Like that's kind of crazy. But yeah, number 9, I got the LA Chargers. They're 10-6 now. I moved them up a couple spots from 11 last week. Congrats to them. They clinched the playoff spot with their blowout win over the Patriots. So congrats to them. So yeah, see how they do this week. Who do they play? So they play the Raiders, so that should be a win. The Raiders are bad, but who knows? The Raiders have won 2 in a row now. You never know. But yeah, good on them getting a win again in the playoffs. Number 8 got the other LA team. Got the LA Rams. They're 10-6 now with the vocal spots from 10 last week. They clinched the division. They beat. Why am I blank? They beat the Cardinals 13-9. So yeah, you gotta win. You clinch your division. You're in the playoffs. So yeah, we'll see how many of their starters they end up playing because they clinched their division. So don't have to worry about that. But I don't know if the Bucks can catch them and get to number 3 or not, but we'll see. So yeah, number 7 got the Washington Commanders, 11-5 now. Moved them up on spot from 8 last week. Put Jayden Daniels up there because he had a big drive in overtime. He did great late. So yeah, good on them. Getting a win, clinching your playoff spot for first time since 2020, and first time as Commanders, and he did have a losing record this time. Is that when they last made the playoffs, they had a losing record, but they still almost beat the eventual Super Bowl champion Bucks. So yeah, again, them going to win. We'll see how they do. This upcoming week, like I said with the Packers thing, a couple other times, if they win, they get the number 6 seed. We'll be facing probably the Rams in the first round. We'll see what happens. Number 6, you got the Buffalo Bills. There's 13-3 now, moving them down one spot from 5 last week. So yeah, they won. They blew out by blowout, but they blew out a bad Jets team versus the team I moved up in front of them, the Ravens. As you see in the next slide, blew out who I thought was a better team. Well, I don't know for sure anymore because much they blew them out, but they blew out the Texans 31-2. So that looks better when if you both get blow out, but like one team blows out a way better of a team. Even if both of them are still teams that lost are struggling, it's still picking them going to win. You clinched number 2 seed, so you wouldn't think they'd be playing my other stars this week. So yeah, let's go to the top 5. Number 5 got the Baltimore Ravens. They're 11-5 now, with them up one spot from 6 last week. So like I just said, with their blowout win over a better team, that felt warranted to me to move them up in front of the Bills. It's good the Ravens getting that blowout win. If you win on Saturday, you get the division. So we'll see what happens. Number 4, got the Detroit Lions. They're 14-2 now. Put them down one spot from 3 last week. So yeah, I slapped them with the Vikings. It was close. It's just the Lions have so many injuries, and they almost lost to another pretty injured team. Like they barely, like if it wasn't for Moody having an awful game, they probably would have lost. So yeah, but yeah, still a good win. One of you and Vikings will become the first team in NFL history to have 14 wins and not win your division. So, congrats to whoever ends up being that team. Number 3, you got the dirt who they face on Sunday Night Football. Get the Minnesota Vikings. They're 14-2 now as well. They won one spot from 4 last week. Big game. Biggest game in NFL history. Regular season NFL history, I should say. They doesn't hurt playoffs, but yeah. This will be the first time in NFL history 2 teams with 14-plus wins will face each other in the regular season. It's not just the regular season, it's final game. The regular season will be on Sunday night. There is no Monday night game this week or Thursday night. So we'll see what happens. It should be a really good one. So yeah, number 2, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're 13-3 now. I'm with them up. Kept them at 2 from last week, sorry. So yeah, they blew out the Cowboys. So good news there. He didn't even have Jalen Hurts. He'll get another week of rest because with that win, he clinched your division. So you don't need to rush him back because if they had lost, and then they went now they win this week. Yeah, it would have been against the Giants, so you shouldn't have been too big of a worry, but still, you never know. There was a chance the Commanders could have accounted you for the division. But yeah, now it sounds like they will be resting Saquon, so you won't have a chance at the rushing record. Which sucks. It was kind of cool to see him do it against his old team, but you understand, like, you don't want to risk him getting injured. So yeah, number 1, got the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 15-1 now. I'm cutting them one from last week. So congrats, Chiefs. You blew out the decent Steelers team. But now you're also at the dreaded 15-plus win season. Only 2, I think, like 8 or 9 teams in NFL history have had 15-plus wins. Only 2 of them won the Super Bowl. One of them was 85 Bears. I can't remember the one on top of my head. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they get some and the Broncos dreams make the playoffs for our first time in a while and win with their backups and get the 16 wins. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a happy new year.